Welcome to the City Council meeting for Monday, May the 14th. Mary Jean, would you establish a quorum, please?
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Brammer?
Present.
Ms. Hahn? Here. Mr. Schieneman?
Here.
Ms. Zeller?
Here.
Ms. Harrison? Here. Ms. Buchanan?
Here.
All present, ma'am.
Okay, if you would, let's say the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Old business. Number one is discussion of Ordinance 2052 regarding the Domestic Partnership Registry. It's on its third reading.
Do we not have comments?
I think probably if we open the discussion.
Yeah, no.
Maybe not. Oh, who knows?
But then no.
Mr. Brammer?
I'd like to make a motion to read ordinance number 2052 for its third reading.
This motion, is there a second?
Second.
Second. Okay.
The title only?
Mary Jean, would you like to read this, please?
No.
Yes, ma'am.
Give me that.
Okay.
We have revised the ordinance. We have taken out the requirement for the mailing address for those applying. We discovered there were probably going to be some privacy issues. Ordinance 2052, an ordinance creating a domestic partnership registry for the City of Eureka Springs, Arkansas. Whereas the City Council of the City of Eureka Springs, Arkansas has determined that it is in the best interest of the city to be responsive to the changing needs of society and to treat all persons fairly and equitably. And whereas the City Council further recognizes that family configurations exist in many different forms, including unmarried individuals who consider each other as partners in and for life. And whereas the city acknowledges that when any unrelated adults can choose freely to be recognized as domestic partners and to make their relationship status a matter of public record, a vital public service will have been rendered. And whereas the city wishes to provide a means by which persons who meet the domestic partnership criteria outlined herein may register that partnership with the city and receive a certificate therefrom evidencing their relationship status. Now therefore be it hereby ordained by the City Council of the City of Eureka Springs, Arkansas that Section 1, Purpose. There is created a domestic partnership registry for the City of Eureka Springs. Number 2, limited effect. Nothing in this chapter shall be interpreted to alter, affect, or contravene local, county, state, or federal law. Nothing in this chapter shall be construed as recognizing or treating a registered domestic partnership as a marriage. C. Nothing in this chapter conveys to registered domestic partners any new or different right, benefit, obligation, or entitlement, individually or jointly. Section 3, definitions. A. Domestic Partnership Registry. A public record maintained by the clerk of the City of Eureka Springs of those persons who meet the domestic partnership criteria set forth in this chapter and who have registered a declaration of domestic partnership with said city clerk. B. Declaration of domestic partnership. A form is prescribed by the city in which both parties shall affirm that they are in a committed relationship of mutual support and caring, which is intended to be of indefinite duration. Number 2, each party is at least 18 years of age. Number 3, each is the other's sole domestic partner and that neither partner is married, a party to a civil union, nor a domestic partner of anyone other than the co-applicant. And 4, each considers himself or herself to be a member of the immediate family of the co-applicant. C, Certificate of Domestic Partnership. A commemorative document is prescribed by the city that bears the signatures of the domestic partners and the signature of the mayor, city clerk, or his or her authorized representative. Section 4, registration requirements for a declaration of domestic partnership. A, it shall state the names of both parties. B, it shall be signed in person by both parties to the declaration. C, the mayor, city clerk, or his or her authorized representative shall verify the age of both parties and may treat birth certificates as prima facie proof of age. 5. Termination of domestic partnership. A domestic partnership created pursuant to this chapter shall terminate upon the first to occur of 1. The death of one of the domestic partners, 2. The marriage of one of the domestic partners, or 3. The execution of a certificate of termination by one of the domestic partners. B. A certificate of termination shall be in such form as may be prescribed by the city clerk, but shall contain 1. The name of each domestic partner, 2. A statement that one or more of the criteria used to grant the domestic partnership is no longer valid, and 3. The signatures of both domestic partners, or in lieu thereof, a statement by the petitioning partner that a copy of the termination certificate has been sent to the other domestic partner's last known address. C. A certificate of termination may be filed with the city clerk by mail or in person. 6. Administration. A. The city clerk shall maintain a list of persons to whom a certificate of domestic partnership shall have been granted, and said list to be known as the Domestic Partnership Registry. B. The fee to be paid to the City of Eureka Springs for registration of a declaration of domestic partnership and issuance of a certificate of domestic partnership shall be $35. C. The fee to be paid to the City of Eureka Springs for registration of a termination of domestic partnership shall be $20. Section 7. Severability. All ordinances or resolutions and parts thereof in conflict with this ordinance are hereby repealed to the extent of such conflict. In the event any one or more of the provision contained in this ordinance shall for any reason be held by a court of competent jurisdiction to be invalid, illegal, or unenforceable in any respect, such invalidity, illegality, or unenforceability shall not affect the remaining provisions of this ordinance, and this ordinance shall be construed as if such invalid, illegal, or unenforceable provision or provisions had never been contained herein. I didn't bring a timer.
Mr. Bremer?
I'd like to make a motion to approve ordinance number 2052.
I'll second. Okay. Any discussion? Ms. Harrison?
Oh, did you have your hand up? Go ahead. I was so looking at someone. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Mayor, we're going to need, if they're going to strike out the address part, they need to amend since that was read in the last reading. So they're going to need a motion and a second vote.
Before we take public input?
Well, if you're going to strike out those portions that we're striking out, you probably should do it now as opposed to...
Yeah, go ahead. We need a motion to amend it. Mr. Bremer?
I'd like to make a motion to amend ordinance number 2052 to take out the stricken provisions from the first.
Second. Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay. Now, Ms. Harrison?
In reading this ordinance, the only thing that I see that might be problematic in the future is if it appears the city clerk could decide whether or not the form of the termination could be changed, that whether or not this can be changed and that can be changed, and it would probably, in my opinion, be better if it came to the city council, considering that this is an ordinance, and say if the next city clerk is not in favor of a domestic registry, or would it come back to the council table to be changed, if this is an ordinance, to be changed by council? I'm just saying, you know, we change clerks every 4 years normally, and say if the next clerk was not in favor of a registry, could they change what your form would be? And by this, they could.